All right, y'all, let's try this again. Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are in the world. First of all, thank you for joining me. I'm here live every Wednesday. I'm Chevy Mack, and right now I am hot. But I don't want to put my AC on because it's just gonna be too loud. But welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. Say hello. Please drop in the chat who you are, what you do, and where are you joining me from. And let me know that you can hear me by just throwing it in the chat to say, hey, Chevy, say hello, because I am trying to make sure that you all can hear me properly. All right. Come on in. Come on in. Let's see. All right. Maybe it's taking a minute to reach you all, but as you all come in, thank you for joining me. I'm excited that you are here today. Don't forget to drop in the chat what you do, who you are, what you do, and where you are joining in from. All right. And I am live on LinkedIn right here. Thank you for joining me, Rochelle Hemingway, Queen Hemingway. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Awesome. And I'm also on YouTube at Mac Leadership Academy. And if you would love to join my Facebook group, just go to Facebook and type in Mac Leadership Academy, where you can join in and share in the fun and learn as well too. All right, y'all. So today I am going to talk about, well, first of all, if you have not listened to my podcast episode, definitely take the time after this and go give it a listen at the Leadership Help Desk podcast, where you can find on your podcast platforms at Spotify, Apple, all of it. All right. So Rochelle, as you come in, ma'am, drop, what you do, who you support, and where you're joining from. You never know who may be looking for your services, because I want to make sure that I'm not only sharing and giving, but also you all are sharing and maybe receiving. You never know. All right. So yesterday's episode on the podcast was talking about things that are going to help you to retain your employees. And today is the opposite. I'm going to kind of share some reasons of why you have a high employee turnover. And before I get into that, I should have turned the AC on, y'all. I'm gonna maybe take this off. Yeah, so we'll see. It's a little hot. But yeah, so before I get into that, welcome. Let me introduce myself. Maybe you're new to my space. I am Chevy Mack, helping businesswomen to create a profitable, scalable, and sellable business. And I do this through helping them with building their foundation, providing leadership training, also team development training as well too. So helping you to really build that structure to not only continue to make profit, but also have the team in place to help you scale your business, and also get your business to the point where maybe you're ready to sell it in 10 to 15 years from now, or maybe you're at the point where like, hey, I'm at the space where I am ready to retire and I'm really considering selling my business in the next 5 years or so. Awesome. We have a few individuals joining me. I just want to kind of shout out, share some love. We have Rochelle Slate Queen Hemingway. She's a CEO to Slate to Success, Leadership and Transformational Consulting Services out of Maryland. Thank you for joining. And you guys reach out to her if you are a woman and you're looking to really step into the next big thing. Definitely reach out to her if you're looking for a speaker, or also for her to come out and provide training to your organization. She does all of that and she's great at it, y'all. So thank you for joining me. And then I have S. Maxwell tuning in from the ATL. Awesome. Thank you for joining. These are like my loyal fans. So I appreciate you guys showing up every Wednesday right here. So as your educator, consultant, and coach, I love to help you to become a better leader so that you can create a better team and a better business overall, so that your customers have an overall better experience. And when it comes to taking care of your employees and retaining your staff, it can be challenging. And sometimes it is out of your control, and sometimes you're the reason. Okay. So we're just going to have an honest conversation. And please, if something resonates with you as you're listening to me, share some insight of maybe why you have this high turnover of your employees, please drop it in the chat. And if there's something that you can relate to, maybe in past experience from a previous job, Please drop it in the chat. Definitely. Oh, you are more than welcome, ma'am. You are more than welcome. All right. So you're in your business, you're making profit. And sometimes we have to really take a step back and look into our business, kind of like what I shared last week. And this topic is all about, why your employee like turnover rate is high. And so many businesses, not just small businesses, all different levels of businesses are dealing with this. I read an article, I was scanning the article, and this article kind of posted yesterday is from the CFO.com, which looked at a study that was done by the Work Human Survey Index. And it shared that based on that survey, 36% of the workforce, the US workforce, was going to leave their job this year. So that's a high percentage. So within your company, kind of like going back to my podcast episode yesterday, which talked about how you can retain them. So again, check that out after this live. Okay. You want to look at, okay, how is within your company, how many people are onboarding and then offboarding within like 6 months? Maybe you've invested all this money into them from the onboarding process, training them. But for some reason, they are departing and there's not a good reason. They're not telling you why. It's just kind of like maybe some of them give you a 2-week notice and some of them may just be like, I'm out, which is not good for you as a business owner or as a CEO in your business, because now that's additional stress on you. That is now you have to go find another person to hire. So that process is going to take time. Get that person in the company, which onboarding process, and get them trained up. It's now time and money is being wasted on your part. So you want to make sure that you are really doing the things that are going to help your employees to stay with you longer. But these factors might be contributing to your high percentage. The first thing is you as a CEO. You yes, you as a CEO may be the cause of why your team turnover percentage is so high. And that reason being is because maybe you lack leadership skills. You lack the necessary leadership skills to lead your team effectively. Maybe you lack emotional intelligence to where you're not able to empathize, you're not able to really be present and show your people how to be in the business, how to create that work-life balance. It's it's a lot of things that you could be the contributing factor that is causing your team members to be like, hey, Chevy, Rochelle, it was great working here for the last 3 months. I'm out. And I've heard some people, come in one day and they gone the next day because of the environment. Again, that's part of you as a CEO, creating that culture, creating that environment. And another thing, which might be the cause based on you as a CEO, is the fact that you are treating your employees of how you work, how you show up. Maybe you're grinding 14, 16 hours and you expect your employees to do the same. That has to change. And by creating that environment of grinding, working long hours consistently, like it's like everything is on fire, friend, that is impacting your ability to really retain your staff members. Okay. And when it comes to you have to look at, okay, how can I do a self-reflection, which is part of the emotional intelligence, model, is to, okay, become self-aware and then identify what are the things that I am doing as a CEO within my company that is impacting my team members for them to just kind of leave. And also, are you doing what is the word I'm looking for? Like an exit interview to figure out, okay, what is the true reason this person is leaving? And some may tell you the truth and some may just kind of be like, maybe it's not a good fit. But a lot of times people are leaving is because of the leader. For real. If you can relate, let me know. And I'll share a story very quickly. Rochelle said, I can't believe it. The Great Resignation is real. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. She says, so true. So many people are done with working with toxic people. The pandemic shed light on the issue. That is so true. And going back to great point, Rochelle, the fact that you said toxic people, and part of that process or part of that problem is you as the leader being a toxic leader. I've worked with toxic leaders before, so I know what it's like to be in an environment where like you want to, like you're giving the bare minimum because you don't care to work with that person. And if your team members are giving you the bare minimum, this is another indication of why like they're getting ready to leave, because guess what? Your leadership style is not vibing with how they expected you to be in that company, in your company. I kind of mentioned this already, the work schedule, like really looking at how can you not create a work-life balance for your team and yourself. And some companies, they try or they speak of, yes, we're all about work-life balance, before the person come on, within the company. And then they arrive and it's like, whoa, what happened? What happened to work-life balance? There's no work-life balance because now you have this person working X amount of hours, and then you're reaching out to them after hours while they're at dinner at 6 in the evening, or sending emails at 10, 12 o'clock at night and expect the person not to read it. Okay. If you're sending an email late at night, guess what? Some people are going to be reading it like, what? I'm that person. No, sir. No, ma'am. Not unless it's an emergency, then you hit me up like, call me, but I am not checking emails after a certain time. So going back to the schedule of having your team members working long hours and then you're still reaching out to them after hours to meet the demands of your business. Again, you're not creating that work-life balance for them. Going back to the emotional intelligence piece, going back to your leadership skills as well too. And value. So another thing that might be causing your employees to not stay within your company for a year, 2, 3 years is the fact that they don't feel valued at all in your company. Yes, they don't feel valued at all in your company, my friend. And when your team members don't feel value, guess what? They're going to walk out the door. They don't care how much money you spend on them to get certified, to get trained, whatever the case may be. If they don't feel valued and appreciated in your company, they're going to leave. And these are just 3 things that I am sharing with you that are impacting your high turnover. And you're aware of the fact that, hey, people are leaving your company consistently. Like, what is going on? Whether that's a contractor, like they started working with you, they were excited, and now they're like, don't call me. I don't want to work with you anymore. Or maybe it's the fact that you just, you hire 6 people and then 4 left already, less than a year. So these are things that you need to be really taking inventory of, like really, again, looking into your business and identifying, okay, why are my people leaving? Am I the problem? Do I have a lack, maybe there's no training, there's no development, they don't feel valued and appreciated here. And these are things that I can help you with. And part of what I do, part of the coach, part of the educator and the consultant is really helping you to create the foundation to develop yourself as a leader, to develop your team so that they are feeling valued and appreciated, to help you scale, to help you build a successful business. And I do that through my mentorship program. So it is a one-on-one program that me and you work together to help you develop your leadership skills, enhance it, develop your emotional intelligence so that you are present and fully aware of not only your behavior, but the behaviors of others. And also really looking at how you structure your team and the plan to develop them as well too, because part of valuing your team is developing your team as well too. All right, let me share some comments in the chat. All right, S. Maxwell said, almost as if the bridge is burned and the manager are now getting water. Exactly. Like, let's stop burning our people out. Like, we need to make sure that we help them to create the work-life balance, because that is what we are telling them in the beginning to get them on. Like, hey, this company has a great culture. This company is all about work-life balance, but then it's the opposite. And then you're the problem as a CEO. And we got to change that. And I want to help you change that, because my motto is helping you through my company is to become a better leader so that you can create a better team, which result in you having a better and successful business. Okay. All right. Also, it is what is needed will still be present in the blank, and it will get get handles. Okay, in the AM. Okay. If what is needed will be present in the AM, it will get handled. Yes. And I'm glad you said that, S. Maxwell. Like, a lot of things, sending things at night. Why? If you're sending things at night, like, schedule it for the next day. Schedule it for the next day. Schedule it for 8 o'clock that morning. Like, do not send your team members stuff 12 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, because you're in work mode. That's part of the toxic leadership. The fact that you feel like you have to keep sending things late at night, and nobody wants to work for someone who is sending them things 12, 10 o'clock at night, which again impact your people and your turnover rate increasing over and over. All right, let's see what Rochelle is saying. I'm not sure why my light is going out like this. But Rochelle said, if you're on LinkedIn, I've noticed a lot of people on LinkedIn changing out jobs like every month. I'm sure it's because they're looking for the most optimal. Yes. If people are switching jobs consistently, they're looking for a more healthier environment. Okay. And I'm not sure why this is. Y'all can see me good, because this lighting is just, today is just a mess, y'all, with social media. But yes, like, as a CEO, you get to create that environment, and I help you through my company, Mac Leadership Academy, to do such. Okay. Um, so yes, like, this was going to be quick. It's all about, why your employee is leaving your company. And it starts with, you might be the problem friend. Okay. But we can fix that. Also, creating a work schedule that is not work-life balance that you promised them. And also, not feeling valued. Everybody wants to feel valued. They want to feel appreciated. They want to be heard. They want to be seen. So I'm going to help you to structure that, to help you develop your ability to lead effectively and to lead your team to the point where they're excited to work for you. They want to be there. They want to share in your mission and your vision. So definitely, if you're in the space of like, Chevy, I would love your support. I would love to connect with you to learn how I can really up level my leadership skills, but also up level my team and the retention of my team members. Definitely, I would love for you to click the link in the description and connect with me, or just send me a message here on LinkedIn or on YouTube. You can just send me a quick message or leave a comment here to say, hey, info. And I will love to connect with you to share how Mac Leadership Academy can support you. And also, what I want to share, if you were not aware that Mac Leadership, what Mac Leadership provides, and maybe I'll do another video, but we provide courses, leadership and team development, one-on-one training as well too. So definitely, if you're like, well, I don't have a company, but I work for this organization, then definitely you can still reach out, because that is something that we still provide to organizations as well to help them develop their new supervisors and also the mid-level managers as well too, when it comes to leadership and team development. So definitely reach out to us. All right, Rochelle said, great discussion, Chevy Mac. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining. And let me know, if you guys are feeling this, because my commitment is to show up here every Wednesday to support you, to share insight, and also to let you all know how you all can work with me. So thank you for joining me. And also, I have something that I'm planning for next month. And this is going to really help you to retain help you with the foundation of retaining your team members. It's called the Team Building Foundation. And this is going to be something that I'm going to be releasing next month. So definitely, if you would love to learn more about that as a CEO, as a business owner, definitely go ahead and reach out because I'm going to be doing something special with that topic. So reach out. Let me see if there's anything. I think that is it. But again, thank you all so much for joining me. I am Chevy Mac. If you're new to my space, thank you so much for joining me. I am here every Wednesday right here on LinkedIn in my Facebook group at Mac Leadership Academy. And I would love for you to join my Facebook group if you're interested. Or you can follow me on YouTube at Mac Leadership Academy as well too. And give it a follow, leave a comment because I want to help. I will love your help in helping me grow these different platforms. So definitely thank you for joining me. And as your educator, consultant, and coach, I provide women business owners to create a profitable, scalable, and sellable business if they choose to. And I do this through my company, Mac Leadership Academy, providing you all with the foundation, leadership training, team development training, and so forth. So I will see you all later. Don't forget to share this with a friend if you're coming back for the replay, #replay. And again, if you're watching the replay, put in the chat what you do, who you are, what you do, and where you're from. You never know, as someone come back and watch this video, they might reach out and ask for your services. So take this opportunity. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me, and let me know what is your takeaway, and I will see you all later.